Now we begin with breaking news from the Gaza Strip, where the civil defense says a large number of casualties are being reported in an Israeli attack, destroying at least 13 buildings in al-Hawaja area of Jabalia. That's in the northern part of the Gaza Strip. Well, Hani Mahmoud joins us live from Deir el-Balah in central Gaza. Hani, we're hearing upwards of 100 casualties, as I just said there. What more are we knowing on this latest attack?
Yes, Sarah, it has been 45 minutes since the Israeli military carried out deadly airstrikes on al-Hawaja, the streets that's in western part of Jabalia refugee camp, and not too far from Kamal Adwan hospital, but causing great sheer level of destruction to 13 residential homes and severe damage to the surrounding residential buildings in the area. But so far, based on an assessment by the civil defense crew members who remained in northern part of the strip and refused to go through checkpoints and leave the Gaza city, the assessment that they gave us right now, they spoke to one of our team members in northern Gaza, that based on the numbers that they know, and they're still in their residential homes, close to 150 people between killed and injured in the area. The civil defense corps are unable to approach the bomb site, the 13 residential buildings, unable to rescue any of the people there. The road from the bombed homes in Kamal Adwan Hospital is quite dangerous, as tanks are at the vicinity of Kamal Adwan Hospital. And earlier today, there was shelling and heavy machine gun fired at the hospital itself. We find it very difficult, based on what we heard from the civil defense crew member, hard to know exactly the fate of the people who were in Hawaja Road in these residential buildings. But as it was confirmed to us, these are the people who refused to leave Jabalia refugee camp simply because they've been exhausted, they've been tired, and the road to leave Jabalia, to go through checkpoints, were not safe for them. The vast majority of them are women, elderly, and children, and because they haven't been eating, they haven't been provided with water supplies in the past 20 days. They were exhausted, very tired, and decided to remain in their homes on the al-Hawaja Road.
And of course, Hani, this all comes just hours after this attack by Israeli tanks on Kamal Adwan Hospital earlier. And as you said, there a terrible, dire humanitarian situation in the northern parts of the Gaza Strip.
Absolutely, and it continues to be very difficult. It to evolve in a much more complex scenario for the people who are trapped in the northern cities of the Gaza Strip. Just earlier, a few hours ago, the Israeli military fired at Kamal Adwan Hospital directly, tank shells and heavy machine guns, and the skies above Kamal Adwan Hospital are clouded with the quadcopters and the surveillance, and we're just making it very difficult for anyone to move in and out of the hospital. In addition to the sheer level of destruction that it blocked the entry points and exit points to the hospital, just impeding the movement of ambulance vehicles, paramedics to being dispatched from the hospital to go to bomb site and bring injuries and patients back to the hospital. And it happened at a very critical time. The hospital was in need of a fuel truck to arrive and to supply the power generator with necessary fuel to sustain the operation of the hospital. It could not. These fuel trucks could not get to the hospital in time to operate these power generators. The remaining part of the northern cities of the Gaza Strip suffers from extreme catastrophic humanitarian situation. These are 20 days without food, water, medicine, or survival items, life-saving items are not available for people. We're talking about simple stuff that are not available right now. As of yesterday, the Civil Defense Department announced that it seized all of operations, and simply because they were threatened directly by the Israeli military, and they were ordered sharply to leave their trucks and their areas of work, their work sites, and to go through checkpoints and leave. Paramedics were also threatened by the Israeli military to leave the area. We're talking about population that is left there without proper medical care, without anyone on the ground to support their existence, to help them, to rescue them at all. And the situation continued to get worse by the hour. And now with this attack, it's expected to exacerbate further the humanitarian situation into further dire conditions.
Thanks very much, Hani Mahmoud, on that update from Deir el-Balah. And just a reminder that the breaking news we have is that the civil defense says a large number of casualties are being reported in an Israeli attack, destroying at least 13 buildings in an area called al-Hawaja, that's in Jabalia, which is a refugee camp in the northern parts of the Gaza Strip. And